Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is another process video for Kitaholic Kits where I use this sketch in my layout. So what I decided to do was kind of do a monochromatic style layout here, along with using three different papers because the sketch had three different pattern papers. So I decided to do some edging, and so I grabbed the Bashful and the Sea Glass from Close to My Heart. And I kind of wanted it to stay in the teals and the greens on the bottom, and then like the pinks and purples and oranges on top of this. And this particular paper, I've used the other side of it in a different layout. Now this time I am going to use this side of it, and I cut half of the page off and fussy cut it and left it, and then used the back side of this. And did half and half. I did half pink and half green on this one just because you'll see kind of how I use it. And then this page, I wanted to kind of stick to the pinks and more of like the purplish type colors, I guess, and like the yellow that's on there. And I wanted to keep it just a little bit, what's the word I want to say? A little bit uniform, but yet distinct that I've switched it, and I've got two different color tones going. And this white piece is going to break it up. It does have like little squares through it, and you'll see them peek out in the still shots. You'll see it a little bit closer of what I'm talking about. Right now you can't quite see it, but that's okay. So you'll see how I do fix that middle piece. I wanted to get this down and I wanted to make sure that I had this completely lined up because I did cut out quite a bit of the sides to give it a good gray border. Now remember, Steph over at Kitaholic Kits had us use our stash for this particular month's worth of kits. Man, I can't talk today. I can tell I'm back in teacher mode. I'm tired of not talking. Or I'm tired of talking, I should say. So what I do is that to break this up just a little bit, to not have that piece look so funny there from that top piece, I take this and I fussy cut it and I line it up so it works because it's not quite 12 by 12. I must have used this paper for something. And so now I'm just fussy cutting this off. And the wrinkled piece I don't use. Somehow it got wrinkled. I don't know how, but it did. And she wanted us to use our stash. So I pulled out all of my Amy Tan type stuff that I have because of those puffy heart stickers. And I realized that I am one heavy embellisher because this, as I'm voiceovering this one, I'm working on my third layout for them. And I also go live in the subscriber little group that we have. I am going to run out. Like, I'm going to run out of paper. I'm going to run out of everything, which is fantastic. I don't have to worry about putting anything in my stash, and that is wonderful. And I'm also using up, I'm so glad that she gave us this task or this challenge to use our stash because I'm able to use up more of these papers and stuff. So I'm happy. And so I decided here to do the three photos that they have in there. And I made them a little bit bigger. And what I do is that I start to just go through all of these little bits of stuff that I have in my stash. This is the Amy Tan collection that I had in my stash. And I back some of these up and I get them pretty well backed with some layering, but I leave some of them completely white, and you'll see how I do that. And now I'm taking this piece of paper that I've already cut into, and all of these photos and these squares that I'm working on, or these like photo shapes, are going to be 4 by 3s or 3 by 4s. Okay. And I had to make sure. So I'm voiceovering this in the morning right before I have to go to school. And my daughter is riding the bus in the morning, and then she goes to a good friend of mine, and school has started. And I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's been crazy, but I know it'll piddle out and it'll just get right back into normalcy. Kaylin's been doing fantastic getting up in the morning because we have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to get to school. So it's working out wonderful. So right here, what I decided to do is that instead of following my layering pieces, I decided to follow the line of my photo instead. And that's what I'm doing here, just to get it lined up so it looks right. Because those pieces are not going to get any layering but what you see. And it's kind of that middle piece too of where the other one I'm working at for my journaling. That one's going to stay that same. The only one that really gets any embellishment for layering pieces wise is that red photo on the bottom. You will see that I will start to try to do some layering, and then I decided, nope, I'm not going to. I don't like how it looks because of the amount that I'm trying to put on there. It doesn't work right, so I just leave it, and it works wonderful. So here you see that I'm trying, and then I get it going, and then I realize that once I put it down, I'm like, wait a minute, it ain't gonna work. So I take it off. And also, I didn't like how it looked either, so I just decided, you know what, I'm going to take it off. And here I go. It's off. And I just place it down, and I love how this looks. It's still very me, but on a simple, like simplistic style. I still have my tons of layering, dimensions, and all of that, but it is still very simple because I don't have that much layering, which is fantastic for me. I love that I did that. So I hope that you're enjoying all of this. I hope that you go check out the Kitaholic Kits. Everything will be linked down below, along with my sketch that I used in Pinterest for my inspiration this morning, or for this inspiration for this particular layout. I hope that you're enjoying. I am kind of slow right now getting a little bit of content back up onto my channel, but once I get going on school and I'm back to normal for that part, it'll be on like normal. We'll have absolutely no issues getting my layouts done because my body and my brain and all that will be ready for school because it was on summer break mode, and that has to get back to normal. But now I'm just layering up these clusters. So I decided to leave that top piece completely my journaling for this particular photos. And then the rest of it is going to be my embellished heavy area. Now about the photos. These photos are three of the wine samples that we were able to taste while we were in Firenze. So we set up this wine because my daughter wasn't supposed to come to Italy. We were trying to do just a trip just for Josh and I, just because we were getting ready to PCS back to the States, and we knew it was just going to be hitting the ground running, trying to get school started for Kaylin, him getting into his school that he had to take for starting first class, etc., all this. But then our babysitter decided, no, I didn't want to watch Kaylin, so we had to bring her with. So I had to call because we've already paid for this wine tasting trip at night, and it was like a wine walk, and they were amazing. They're like, no, children come all the time. We'll let them know ahead of time that you're bringing a child, and they'll make sure that they have drinks for her, all of that. And I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, no. So we went to the very first one, and this is the first one. And I do have the photos of her coming up next. I do have that set to do too, to finish this series out of the wine and being in Italy. And they did a fantastic job. The host that we had for the wine walk, our tour guide, oh my gosh, she was amazing with Kaylin. She took her right under her wing, and I didn't have to hold Kaylin's hand. They walked in front, and it was awesome. I loved it. They did an amazing job. This particular one, the owner is 2 guys, and they soaked her up. It was hilarious to watch them just talk away with her, and they were making her laugh and giggle, and they had apple splitzer for her, and they had even snacks and stuff for her, because we were able to get like snack foods, and it wasn't something she really wanted to eat, so they got out stuff for her, and it was awesome. So I just wanted to document a little bit about the wine tasting and how this was, and then some of the wines that we took, because it got darker, and the photos, because we sat outside, they got a little grainy, and you'll see the other photos as well, because the light was such a gold color light that it was hard to get good photos. And you'll tell our faces kind of look dirty when we washed our faces and everything, but that's just the beauty of being in a different country and lights and all of that. So now I'm just placing down little bits here and there. And I'm now just trying to finish up all of the little spots so that I can call this layout done. I absolutely, positively, truly love this layout. It is super duper gorgeous. And it's so simple too. It's not that busy for me, not considering what I'm used to doing. And only getting the main kit has really shown me that I can still do simple and still have an amazing layout. And I do simple. I don't mind doing simple. I don't mind, keeping to exactly what's in the kit. And I also don't mind just putting whatever I feel like on a layout because the color matches. I am trying to use these paper clips. I am trying so hard to use it. I couldn't get it in there. I couldn't figure it out. I got to figure out how to use them. So that's the thing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of what I could use those paper clips for. Because I'm really trying, and I only got to use one, and I still really don't like where I put it. But now I'm just putting little random bits of white flowers and black flowers that are in this sticker book from Amy Tan. And then that's about it. You will see me round out with that. The still shots are coming up. I hope that you enjoy this. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.